Hey guys, my name is Dana and welcome back. Just to introduce myself for those of you who may be new, I am a digital nomad and stationery lover. And so while living in a new place, currently I live in Taiwan, a big issue that I've had that I've come across is language barrier. And to give you some context, at this point in time, I've been learning Chinese Mandarin for almost 4 years now, including the over 6 months that I've been living in Taiwan. So maybe you are also interested in moving abroad, or you want to learn a language, and you also would like to create your own journal for tracking your thoughts and processes. I thought, why not share my system for learning a new language? And maybe you can adapt it to suit your own needs. Who knows, it could be a language or even another skill or hobby. So that's why I wanted to share this process with you. If you're a stationery lover like myself, no doubt you love documenting things like this too. So in this video, I will share with you my current system for learning Chinese, the areas that I would like to change for next year, and I can share with you my setup for next year's system for language learning. So I must admit, over the course of the almost 4 years that I've been learning Mandarin, my needs have changed. And no doubt your needs are different from mine depending on what language you're learning, or your level, or your purpose even for learning this skill, and your preferences as well. So I'm not saying in any way that my system is perfect. As I just mentioned, I already have a lot of things I would like to change. And hopefully just by me sharing my thoughts behind my setup, you can have an idea of what you'd like to include or change or adopt in your own system. Since I'm learning Chinese while living in a place that speaks Chinese Mandarin, I'm very fortunate in that I'm very immersed in the language. I come across a lot of vocabulary and grammar patterns during my everyday life. So whenever I come across such a new word, I would oftentimes I would like to record it in a place, but the reality is I don't have time to do that. So what I would do is I would simply search the dictionary for the new word, and then I take a screenshot of it, and then in the future I'll make time to go through all the screenshots I've taken and document them in this way. It's just sort of awkward sometimes to just take a book out in mid-conversation and then record, ask them what the meaning is and things like that. So I thought this was the easiest way for me personally. And I also have a tutor who helps me correct any mistakes I make, and she tells me more natural expressions that I can use in my conversation, simply because it's easier, because some friends or strangers who I talk to sometimes don't correct your mistakes. So it's very, very helpful to have a tutor in this regard. My tutor organizes all the expressions for me that we've encountered in our conversation and then sends them to me. So previously I would record them all in my Notion app, and I would also add them to a flashcard app called Quizlet. Maybe some of you are more familiar with Anki, the app that's also very popular. But then I realized there was just too many words to keep track of. So I started to condense the words that I believed would be most useful. And I would sort of record it in this Pinko vocabulary booklet. So let me just show you. I clipped it using this paper clip so it's nice and secure here. And I must admit, I'm terribly behind. That's last year, by the way. And the latest update was maybe a couple weeks ago, and then I only updated up till April. So I'm very behind on updating this. And so although this is actually really cute, to be honest, I never really look at it often. And so I'll probably just update this until the end of this booklet because I've only got a couple pages left. And then I'll probably retire this system, this whole vocabulary system. So then I was trying to figure out what's the best way to learn new vocabulary. And I thought I would just only record new words as they come up. And like I mentioned, luckily I'm in the environment where I can practice new words every day. So I decided it's probably not worth it for me to record everything on a booklet or even in the Quizlet app that I have. But also the nature of Chinese is that writing is a very difficult skill that requires a lot of practice. So then what I've decided that I would do was I started like this insert at the back of my Traveler's Standard notebook, and in here I have like, I'll show you. I actually started this as like a commonplace book, but I decided I would try using it for Chinese. So let me show you. In here I have what is it? I have like my intentions and I have my goals. I have like a list of resources that I can use. I have like an ideal routine for study, and I even have like a list of prompts, different topics that I could use to practice writing. And the idea for this was to be able to write about my day or a topic, and this would give me the opportunity to expand my command of vocabulary or sentence structure. For example, in these first few attempts, I would write about my day here. It's sort of like a diary structure, and then I would go back and I would reread what I've written to try to improve my writing, and then I would write a list of new words that I had to search up. And then I would also use online free resources that I would study and include here. So my goal though for next year is to make learning Chinese as easy as possible for myself so I can study more consistently. So I wanted to sort of try to improve the system that I have here. And I thought to myself, I wanted to search for a different planner. So I researched different planner options that I wanted, and I found this Midori 2024 diary, and I thought it would suit my needs. So next year, this is what I'll be using. First of all, I knew I wouldn't need weekly spreads. It's just I know I wouldn't use it, but a monthly spread would be helpful to use as like a tracker. And I wanted to have like plenty of space at the back for my writing exercises, but I didn't want them to be dated because realistically I wouldn't have time to write in it every day, and I wanted to write more if I wanted to, if I needed more space, or write as little as I needed just to make it like a consistent routine or a goal. So this was perfect for my needs. So what I'll do is I'm going to try to explain how I will set this up and how I hope to use this for next year. Okay. So actually I will try to start this in December so that I can get like a feel for it. And then in the monthly pages, I will write down like the focus or goal of the month. But mainly I will use this as like a tracker. And I'll be using like these colored stickers. Let me just get them. be using these colored stickers here. Each color will I'm going to use it to indicate a language skill. So for example, red I'm going to use for vocabulary, blue is for reading, green is for when I would track if I listen to like a podcast or audio, so for listening. Yellow is when I studied or practiced grammar, and silver is for when I had my Chinese tutoring lesson. I had bought these stickers last year for like my commonplace system, but I never ended up using them, so I hope I can get some use out of them for this purpose. And then an interesting part of this planner is that they have two different sections in the back. So first of all is aligned pages, and they have these darker lines at the in between different sections to section them off, and they also have some more pages at the back that are just completely blank. So how I intend to use the lined pages is I'm going to date the day that I will be practicing my Chinese. Then I will complete my vocab review or writing in here, something simple. Because there are 4 sections here, maybe if I am very, very diligent, I would write one per day, and then maybe just have a review of what I've learned, how I've been feeling, or even just a list of new words that I've used compiled from the writing exercises that I've done. And then in the back pages, which is completely blank, I will write down my goals and intentions like I've had in my current system at the moment. And so my goals and intentions, I'm going to write a list of free resources, online resources that I can refer back to, some prompts or topics that I can write about if I'm stuck on something, or if I just don't have enough to write about my day, then I could go back to this list. And then I also want to write a list of grammar points that I want to practice more, and maybe some other lists that come along that I want to write. For those different lists that I've gotten, I actually used, this is a bonus tip, I used ChatGPT, and I prompted it to give me a list of free online resources, topics, and I even got a personalized lesson from ChatGPT. And you can also use it to ask it to check your grammar, so that's really, really helpful if you're into that. So maybe that will be helpful for you too, just to give you an idea of where to start, because learning a language can be quite overwhelming sometimes. So what I'm going to do now is, it's at this point I'm filming, it's the end of November, so in a couple of days it will be December, so I can finally use this and test it and see if it's gonna work. Hopefully it will. I'm going to create a key for the stickers now. I'm going to fill out some of the back pages, and then I'll come back for a flip through. And yeah, also I just wanted to mention I will be using a pencil for this book. In here in my traveler's notebook, I was using my fountain pen that I use all the time. If I can grab that. Yeah, I was using this LAMY safari pen, but it's not ideal basically. The smudging and the thickness is not suited for learning a language like Chinese, especially when you have so many strokes, and it's just guaranteed that you'll be making mistakes. So, and a lot of mistakes. So I'll be sticking them to pencil. And this is the mechanical pencil 0.5mm from MUJI. So I'm really excited to use this. And also, I don't have a cover for this book yet. I will be buying one from Midori to help protect it. And I think it has like a pin loop, so then I'll just keep it like compact like this, and this will be perfect for on the go. I just wanted to show you. I've used these Midori booklets before, and this is the one that I have for like writing for business. It's so messy. It's very dirty, a little bit icky. Like, I don't mind it myself, but like I know that some people would prefer theirs to be clean for obvious reasons. I just never got around to buying a cover for this. So hopefully this one I will be able to protect it better with that. Yeah, so I'm not really sure about the orange. It's not something I like, but it will do. It's perfect for me. And then it's even got like these different stickers that it comes with, that you can use to decorate it and archive it for the future. So enough talking. I will set this up and I'll come back and share you the flip through.